Good morning, Arsene.
Good morning.
A couple of big games coming up. The first one at the weekend away to Everton. You had some positive news with regard to Aaron Ramsey and Nacho Monreal. Could you just clarify the situation?
Both will be back in the squad for Sunday, and they're available. Aaron, of course, has been out for a long time, and he's just joined in yesterday. But he'll be in the squad.
What in particular does he add to your squad that other players don't have in the
Well, he's a all-round midfielder who can score goals and drives the team forward always. He's a real box-to-box player, so it's good that we have him back. Especially that's an area where we are short because many midfielders are out. We have Wilch out, Özil out in this area, so of course it's good to have him back.
Any other team news, ins or outs?
Ins or out, we have a slight problem with Gibbs, and Serge Gnabry will not be available, and the squad should be stable compared to what it was against Man City.
What's the specific injury to Gibbs and Gnabry?
Gibbs is an ankle problem that he has for a while now, and Gnabry is a knee problem.
In terms of this game and the battle for fourth place, does it feel like a bit of a six-pointer?
It is. For us, it's an opportunity to go up forward, and as well an opportunity to make a distance with Everton, of course. So it's both. As I told you after the last game against Man City, we look in front of us and behind us as well. That's what the game is about on Sunday.
And just lastly from me, in terms of Everton, you played them twice at home this season. Both games were very, 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 very tight, even though Arsenal went on to win the FA Cup. Everton proved to be one of the hardest sides to beat in the Premier League.
Yes, they are a good side, and that's why they are where they are. And for us, I think we beat them in the first game. We were caught back just at the end. In the second game, we won 4-1 and scored 2 late goals. So it was 2 interesting games, and I think it will be again a very interesting game on Sunday.
Arsene, hello. What sort of impact do you think it's had, Aaron being out since, it was Christmas pretty much, isn't it? He's been out since
26th of December.
How much of an effect do you think that's had on your side since then?
That's difficult, impossible to measure. It's not one injury that has an impact on the squad like ours. It's the combined injuries of a few players in the same area. You know that together, players who can create and score goals. That is, of course, has an impact. We had at the same time and Walcott and Wiltshire and Ramsey and Özil out. Then you cannot say that you have exactly the same creativity and the same goal-scoring opportunities you had before.
When a player's been out for that length of time, how quickly do you expect him to be back to his best form?
3 months, 2-3 weeks.
So you're still confident we'll see the best of Aaron Ramsey again before the end of this?
Yeah, of course. He has worked very hard. You know, he's for a while in training now. What he lacks now is a competition.
How far can Sunday's game go to deciding who's going to finish fourth, Arsene?
I don't know. For us, it's very difficult to imagine the impact it will have on finishing fourth. But for us, it's a game we want to, of course, to win, because we want to come back higher up, and we want, of course, make a distance with Everton.
Can you do better than fourth though this season? Still?
Yes, of course.
So, is the target, if not first, then second?
The target is to finish as high as possible, where that will be at the moment. I must say, in front, behind us, we depend only on our results. In front of us, we depend on our results and the results of the other teams. So that's impossible to predict.
What have you made of the last week or so, the title race with Liverpool now going top?
There's still, I think, a lot of twists and turns in the Premier League until the end of the season, and there's no clear favourite in there. Liverpool has an advantage. They don't play any other competition than the Premiership for a long time, so they have only one target, and they can, of course, be stable in their preparation, and that's a little advantage, but it will be very tight.
It's unheard of in the Premier League era for a side to go from 7th one season to Premier League champions the next, but could Liverpool do it this time?
Mathematically, it's possible.
You don't sound terribly convinced.
No, you know why? I don't know more than you. Nobody knows. That's why it's interesting as well. And it's a possibility, yes, that they can win the Premiership, of course, but I don't know. I still think maybe City has 2 games in hand, and the 2 games are at home, where they are strong in the Premier League, so they have a huge advantage. You see? the danger can come from everywhere.
Just going back to Sunday's game. Arsenal got a great record against Everton in the Premier League. The last 13 you've not lost to them. I mean, why is that? Because they have been very consistent, haven't they?
There's as well no rational explanation in that, but maybe they have a style that suited us, and maybe as well because we turned every time up with a strong performance.
Hi Arsene. Everton picked up real momentum in March with 5 wins, whereas your campaign faltered a bit, just 5 points.
Yeah.
So how important is this match to win it, to get momentum?
I don't think I need to explain how important it is for us. We have a target that is to win our games, and we know that every game now becomes, of course, vital.
Is winning it as important for team morale, a boost, as it is for the battle to finish?
I believe that we were a bit flat after the Swansea game and the Chelsea game, and what was vital for us is not to lose against City, and if possible, of course, to win, but at least come out with a strong performance, and we feel that we have done that. So I think we have turned the corner, and we have an opportunity to show that against Everton.
How does it affect the team that a month ago you were fighting for the title and now it's perhaps 3rd or 4th?
It's first of all, we have not given up on that. You know, as long as there's a mathematical chance, we want to fight. But it is disappointing to have been dropped off the top, of course, and we have to give absolutely everything to come back into it.
How badly have the injuries that we spoke about before affected that?
It doesn't help. You know, you never want to look for excuses, but you want as well to go into the big games and the important moment of the season with all your players available, and that was not the case.
Arsene, when you hear results like the Palace-Chelsea one last week, do you punch the air because it throws everything open again, doesn't it?
I think it shows just that and Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal are in danger everywhere, and especially I think when you play against teams who now fight not to go down. You know, these teams are difficult to beat, so the fixtures can have their part as well to play.
You said last week that you hadn't given up on the title, but then you've dropped a couple of points since then. Are you still thinking in terms of the title, or is that gone?
I still think yes, because you don't want to give up as long as you have a mathematical chance. Look, we are certainly the outsiders now. I agree with you on the percentage. We have a very small percentage, but as you just said, if you don't fight for it and you have results like Crystal Palace against Chelsea, and you think we have given up because we didn't believe it, you would be absolutely 100% guilty. it is we have a small percentage to do it, but this small percentage we have to give up absolutely everything to make it possible.
What do you make of Everton's recent form? Because although they've won 5 out of 5 of the last league games, they haven't played the Manchester Cities, the Arsenals, the Chelseas. They played against teams that they would expect to beat. So is a lot being made, too much being made of Everton's recent revival?
Too much, I don't know. You can only consider results. It's difficult to beat to win 5 games on the trot. They won some against Swansea in the last minute. You know, they have a never give up attitude. That is, of course, gives them credit. And they have still a difficult program as well, Everton. You know, like everybody, like all of us, they have to play a lot of difficult teams.
What do you make of Roberto Martinez and the way that he settled into that job at Everton?
He has done well.
I mean, he's been touted as a possible successor for you one day. I mean, do you think he could succeed in a top club, at a Champions League level club?
I don't know. It's not. I told you many times that it's not my job to choose who will follow me after when I leave one day.
Can I ask you about Barcelona's transfer ban for signing players under 18, breaking FIFA rules? What do you make of that?
Certainly, we have not respected the rules. The rule is quite simple. You cannot move the people before the age of 16 unless their parents move for professional reasons. So that, of course, creates a big debate. When do the parents move for professional reasons or not? In this case, FIFA has judged that the parents moved for football reasons, and that's why they were banned, because they haven't respected the rules.
Barcelona have been quite critical of Arsenal in the past for taking players.
Yeah, but at the time they were critical of us. You look at their players, even the players who come out from their youth academy, as they say. People like, for example, Iniesta, he came at a very young age from north of Spain, so they always scouted people all over Spain.
I mean, is this an area that needs stronger regulation, FIFA rules right? I mean, how do we sort of clear this up?
I think the rules need to be changed because there's more and more competition now to get the young players, and that you always will be in a debate, did the parents move? There's more and more money in the game, and so the parents will be tempted to give a chance to their young boys to have a chance to make a great career, and just not to move the children because of that looks to me impossible to be respected in the future.
How difficult is it when you're competing with other clubs for a kid under 18?
It's very different. No, what is not right is that the children move under the age of 16 without their parents. That is absolutely not right. And do they have to change the rules that you allow the children to move with their parents? If the club takes care of the parents, maybe we'll have to go that way, because it happens.
What's Koscielny still out?
Koscielny is still out, yes.
Do you think Aaron Ramsey's return could be almost like signing a new player if he comes back into the team?
It's a bit like that, yes, because we have, of course, somebody back who can help the team to be successful. That's very important, yes.
When you have players like that with Aaron, Jack and Mesut and all in the squad, does that give you a difficult approach to bringing in players, because you needed players of those qualities when they weren't available, but then on the flip side, when you have everyone available, maybe you have...
We have enough. You know, let's. I think the result at Chelsea was an accident in our season, and that, of course, that outlined a little bit that all these players who were out. But if you look at who was on the pitch, we had still enough to make a good result. In the middle of the park, we have the numbers that are enough, you know. You can never predict how many injuries you will have at the same time, but we are not short in midfield.
You won't rush Mesut Ozil back because he put a statement out yesterday saying I need to come back when I feel I'm ready. But the FA Cup's too soon.
Yes.
You just mentioned there finally about the small percentage. Does that make you now a little horse in the title race?
Yes, everybody has.
Grand National tomorrow, isn't it?
You know, everybody has the right to see our size as big as he wants or as small as he wants. But for us, in our side, no matter how big the chance is, we have absolutely to give everything to fight for it.